Hey guys. So, as some of you know, I am a recruiter for another agency, and I've been talking in my posts the last couple of months about just some things to think about with respect to recruiting. So, it's been an interesting virtual recruiting season, let's just say that for starters, and I've made some observations. And what I wanted to do is give you all a few tips that I'm calling BE 101, Business Etiquette 101, just to help you out as you evaluate things you could have maybe improved upon from this season and maybe prepare yourself for next season if you're still looking for a position, be it an internship, a co-op, or a full-time position upon graduation. And some of these tips are actually still useful to those of you who are already in the in the business world, and you've been in there a full-time professional for a while now, and maybe you're looking for something different. So these tips are actually tips that are useful, not just for students, but across the board for anyone who's interested in looking for a position. So, and what you'll find is that a lot of these tips are quite simple. They really are. It's nothing too complicated to really understand, but they are just simple things that if you integrated in either your style of interviewing or how you carry yourself or things that you do afterwards, you wouldn't believe how much of a big impact that these small, simple things could actually have. So I've posted a few videos a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to post a few more this week, and hopefully you'll find them helpful. If not all of them, at least maybe you'll find at least one or two that'll be helpful to you. So today I'm going to talk about following up. It really is that simple. Just follow up. If a recruiter asks you for your resume, asks for an updated resume, provide it. If the recruiter gives you advice about your resume, take the advice. If the recruiter asks to speak with you, make the time to speak with them and actually keep the appointment. That's important. If you're not going to be able to keep the appointment, be sure to follow up and reschedule, or just say you are no longer able to keep your appointment. At the very least, if you're no longer interested in the organization, it's okay to let them know, and actually it would be courteous of you to let them know and do so politely. The second thing regarding following up is ask for their contact information and be sure to send them a thank you for taking the time to speak with you. You wouldn't believe that if you just took the time, whether it's a simple email or if you send an actual thank you note, that will go a long way in separating you from the competition, because that small act of saying thank you as a quick follow-up, number one, it helps us to remember who you are, because then if I get a thank you note, I'm saying, okay, wait a minute. I've spoken with that person. Let me look it up. I'll go back over my notes and okay, great. And then I'll add that to my notes as something that was impressive about you. And, also it just shows us that you are thinking on a different level. Your approach to interviewing and to your job search and to really on this journey of finding a position and starting out your career, you're thinking about it a lot differently, and that speaks volumes. And so that's what we're looking for. Find those small things to separate yourself from the competition. So there it is, simple as following up.